Hey guys, it's Britt and welcome back to my channel. Today we are making an easy chickpea lemon curry. This recipe is super fast and very lovely. This is the recipe I go to and grab when the week is chaotic. I need something quick and flavorful. And so I love that this curry is on the more mild side. You can bump up your seasonings and spices if you like a more spicy curry, but this is like right in that nice medium road for me. And I love it so that you get all those flavors, but for me, I'm not a huge spicy person. But you can definitely tweak it and make it go that way. So we're going to get started. Everything laid out. After I show you all the ingredients, we're going to move over to my stovetop and I'm going to show you how to put it all together, but it is such an easy recipe. I have 2 teaspoons of minced garlic here, half a cup of chopped red onion, 1 tablespoon of vegetable broth. I just use that to saute. You could also use water. 1 15-ounce can of rinsed chickpeas. I just get the no salt added brand from Whole Foods. They're really inexpensive. 14.5 can of no salt added diced tomatoes. I have 1 teaspoon of a lemon curry powder. If you can't find lemon curry at your store, you can just use a regular curry powder. I usually use a mild curry powder if I'm not going to use the lemon curry, but I found this at my grocery store and I've just been loving it. So lemon curry if you can find it. I also have all of my seasonings here. It's 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, 1/8 teaspoon of ground ginger, 1/8 teaspoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of lemon juice, and we're going to do a pinch of black pepper when we're all finished. And then I have 1 teaspoon of a white miso. That's going to help with the bringing down all the spices, but also giving it a salt replacement. So if you don't have white miso and you don't want to include it into this recipe, it's not really going to affect it that much. So this is just really more of our salt substitute. So you can just leave that out completely if you don't have it. And then in here, I've already done it in my blender, but you take 1 cup of an unsweetened non-dairy milk and 1/3 cup of a raw cashew. You blend it in your blender. It makes kind of a thicker milk. This is going to be like our cream for it. This also is going to help play down those spices so that they're flavorful, but they're not super spicy, and it makes it creamy. This pretty much is going to substitute the coconut milk that a lot of people use in the recipes. It just has a lot less saturated fat, and I always have raw cashews and, you know, non-dairy milk in my fridge, so it's really simple for me just to blend it up real quick. I can't say that I buy coconut milk ever, so for me this is what I have in my pantry and less saturated fat. So that's it. It's super simple. You can add more lemon or less lemon depending on if you like it. Remember, this is a chickpea lemon curry, so between the lemon seasoning and the lemon juice that we're going to add in, I think it really brings out a brightness to this dish. If you have neither, if you just have regular curry powder and you don't want to add lemon juice, totally fine. It, you know, totally works and is delicious that way too. You can just get mild curry powder, or if you like spicy, get spicy curry powder, and you can add in the lemon juice or not. It's kind of optional. So this can be a lemon curry dish or just a really easy regular curry dish, which is what I love. So we're going to go jump over to my stove now. I'm going to show you how to put it all together. I also like to serve this on a bed of whole grains. So usually I'll cook up quinoa or farro or brown rice or some kind of whole grain. We'll put this curry on top of it. And then I also like to steam, usually I like to saute some baby bok choy for this recipe. That's really nice in this. But whatever greens, sometimes we saute spinach or whatever greens usually I have in the refrigerator. I also like to put this with cauliflower, is really nice. So there's so many endless ways you can do this. And I would say we have this for dinner pretty much once every week because it's so good. So I'm going to go show you how to whip it all together. You guys will be amazed. It doesn't take very long at all. Seriously, I think chopping again is the hardest part, which is awesome. That these recipes are so simple. So let's get cooking, and I'll see you guys when it's all done back like this. In a large skillet, go ahead and add your vegetable stock or your water.
we are going to saute our onions, so we're looking for our onions to be translucent. And at this point, I like to add in a few more things. I like to add in that minced garlic, and I also like to add in the seasonings. A lot of people will add the seasonings in at the very end of the recipe or in the middle. I like to do it right at the beginning. I find that it makes everything more flavorful. So go ahead and add that curry powder, you know, the cumin, everything that we did for a seasoning, add that in now. Again, I've done it both the ways, and I find that it really does make a difference adding it in at this stage. And so you're just going to mix everything until it's well combined. It'll make this beautiful color, and you might need some extra vegetable stock or water on hand. Depending on how hot your nonstick gets, you might need to add a little bit more than a tablespoon. Kind of varies. So just have a little bit of extra on the side. I also added the black pepper at this point. And you don't want to walk away. This can burn really easily, so just have an eye on it at the stage, and moving it around every once in a while really helps so that nothing sticks to your pan. So I'm letting everything come to a simmer. I noticed that it started sticking a little bit, so I added a little bit extra of that vegetable stock, and it looks great. So once the onions are translucent, you can move to the next step, and this is such an easy recipe. It's going to be done very, very soon. So we're adding in our cooked chickpeas. They're from a can, so they're already cooked, which is wonderful, so it doesn't take a lot of time. And what I like to do is I like to mix up all of the seasonings and those onions and garlic really to make everything super flavorful in the chickpeas. And since they're already cooked, you're just cooking them now till the tenderness that you like. I like them to be a little bit softer than when they come straight out of the can. So what I like to do is just kind of move everything around. We're just going to cook the chickpeas a little bit longer, get all those flavors incorporated, and you are like halfway through the recipe. Super simple. So once everything starts to get coated, I can go ahead and add my diced tomatoes at this point. The whole can, it has a little bit of juice in there, so you don't have to add any more vegetable stock at this point or water. All of the juice from the can really help to cook it and nothing to stick. So go ahead and just mix that up so that everything is incorporated, and all the seasonings really get into the tomatoes and the chickpeas. And again, we're just cooking it really until the chickpeas are at a softness that you like. So I always do a test with the chickpea, kind of see if you can, crush it really easy and make it really soft, and that's how I kind of know that this step is done. But I would say simmer for around 5 minutes, might be even less depending on how hot your pan is. And once that's at the point, we kind of let it come up to a simmer, then I know it's ready for the next step. So at this point, you can blend your cashews and your non-dairy milk to make that kind of cream that we're going to add. Like I said, it's really, really a quick recipe, so you can have that blended until it's nice and smooth, and then we're going to get ready to add that here. And I also added the lemon juice at this stage. Checking my chickpeas to make sure they're soft. And go ahead and just dump in that cream that we made. If it kind of looks soupy at this point, I promise you it comes to a nice rich sauce. So again, we're just letting everything kind of marinate its flavors, mix everything in, make sure nothing sticks, which it isn't at this point, which is nice. And it'll start to reduce. And even as you turn the heat off, it reduces even more. So this is so simple. You are done. Chickpeas are cooked. Everything is simmered. I just let it get nice and hot. You can also shut off your heat at this point and add your miso. I like to add it in at the end when it's off the heat. Everything's off, and so it really melts really well. And it's optional if you want to add miso. You don't have to. But overall, super quick and easy, a fast recipe for dinner.
And that is it. It is so simple. As you let your chickpea curry, lemon curry kind of like sit, that liquid from the cashews and non-dairy milk really thicken up, and it really resembles the coconut cream that a lot of recipes use. I adore this recipe. It has such a nice melody of flavors, but it's not super strong in your face, which I really like. So if you really like a strong curry, you can double the curry amount and play around with the spices. This is just the way that we really enjoy it, and I really love it. So I hope you guys will try it. I'm going to try it right now. I'll post photos how I usually eat it. It's just such full of flavor, but nice. Nice amounts. I love that. So usually we have this over whole grain. I'll post a picture of it with some greens. I really like this with cauliflower. And yeah, we make this every week. So I hope you guys enjoy this. This is kind of a staple for us. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not. We would love to have you as part of our community. I make whole food, plant-based recipes, oil-free, every week, most times twice a week. So I'd love to have you be a part of this channel. And make sure you check out that free Facebook group down below. We have a private Facebook group that's just a great community of people. I think we have around 800 people right now that share recipes, give ideas, kind of help inspire each other. We talk about anything you want, no judgment, free zone for sure. So I hope I get to see you guys next time. Make sure you try this and leave us a comment if you try it. I'd love to know. I'll see you next time. Bye. I made the curry even better.